Hey my babies, what's up? It's your girl Rajanae. Welcome back to my channel. Today, today I have a video for you guys today. I thought I was gonna have a little bit of peace and quiet, which I kind of do, so I'm gonna take advantage of it as much as I can. But I just decided to do this video. Something's been calling me or telling me to do this video. Maybe it's God, I don't know. But something was telling me that I needed to do this video. Today is Sunday. It's a chill day for me. I was just journaling a few minutes ago. Like I started and then I was like, you know, I should do this video because tomorrow's Monday. It's gonna be a new week, okay? Y'all know everybody don't like Mondays and everything like that, but I felt like I could do a story time plus do a little Monday motivation to anybody that needs it, because I know I need it. But without further ado, let's just get started with this, okay? Today's story time is about the time that I cried in front of everyone. And you'll see in just a second why I was crying in front of everybody. So we're gonna rewind all the way back, okay? We gonna go all the way back to when I was in middle school, but what grade was I in? It had to be like 6th, 7th grade. Was it 6th, 7th grade? It was sometime in middle school. This is when I used to live in Germany, because yes, I used to live in Germany. And so one day, I don't know, I had history class with my history teacher. Shout out to Miss Joseph. I didn't even know if I really wanted to say a name, but shout out to Miss Joseph because she's actually a really nice woman. She really is. And she was one of my favorite teachers. So I had history class with her, and it was crazy because when I was in school, y'all, I used to wear my jacket all the time. Like, I'm not talking about like a light sweater or something like that, or like a cami, or what do you call it? I don't know, but it wasn't a light sweater or anything like that. Like I'm talking about a jacket, like you up in New York in this wintertime jacket. Like I had one of those on, and I used to have my jacket on every single time, every class. And it was like, girl, aren't you hot? Like, why you got this big jacket on? I never took that jacket off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm always a girl that's cold, but like that jacket stayed on, let me tell you. And I think this was one of the classes that I would fall asleep in. So there would be times where she would kind of catch me falling asleep in class, and she'd be like, Rajanae, like, Miss Johnson, you're falling asleep, my love. Okay, stay up, stay with me. But I don't know. One day, I don't know where this came from, but I think she was telling me about this program that she was a part of, that she was starting with, I think, another teacher and like another woman. And it was, I think it was something with like the AKA, you know, sororities. If you know, you know. But I think it was something with that. And it was kind of like a little program for like young girls, you know, like transforming into like, you know, young women and stuff like that. And I guess it was like a little group or like a little organization or community for the girls, just to learn about like education and like, you know, sisterhood, like all that stuff. I wish I could give y'all more information, but like I don't think I know too much about it. But it was something along those lines. And so I don't know what it was, but she told me about it, I wanted to say, and she wanted me to do it. Like, she wanted me to join, and she wanted me to tell my mom. So I was like, okay. So I was telling my mom, and my mom was like kind of like going a little bit more in depth with it, because actually one of my aunts is an AKA. So she'd be like, AKA and proud, okay? But one of my aunts is, and she was just telling me that, you know, it'd be a good idea, you know, for me to do something like that, or to like, you know, to join, not like the actual AKA, but just something, where it's a bunch of girls, right? And it was a lot of like girls of color, you know what I mean? So it'd be great to learn about sisterhood and all that other stuff. So she thought that, I could partake in this. I was like, okay. So what it consisted of though was like there was like a talent show, or there was like a, not necessarily, I guess you could say a talent show, but it was like, oh sorry, the air came on. But moving on. So I think it was like a talent show, but you had to like walk up on the stage first of all. So you had to walk on the stage like you were like in a runway, like you're modeling for Calvin Klein or something. Like, I don't know, like you're modeling for Gucci, Louis, Versace, I don't know, but you had to do like a whole runway walk, and you had to like say your name, your age, what grade you were in, like where you're from, that type of thing. And then we had to as the girls, so it was like a group dance that we had to do together. And I guess there was like a choreographer that was gonna come, and that was gonna teach us a specific dance that she wanted us to do together as like sisters, like sisterhood, And then came the talent show. Like there was gonna be a talent show at the very end where, if you wanted to showcase any talents that you had, you could do that. So this event was coming up, but mind you, like the first day was just so like we could kind of get the runway part down, you know what I mean? Like you just had to walk down the stage, and of course you had to have like whatever outfit that you wanted to wear, but we needed to practice like walking up on the stage with confidence. Do you hear me? Confidence. Okay, I have always struggled with confidence when I was younger. To this day, it's still something that I am working on as a young woman. But back then, let me tell you, one day I was so scared because we had to do it at the school, like in the cafeteria, but like all the tables and stuff like that was kind of like pushed all the way to the back, and they were folded up, so they were able to kind of like have the space at the cafeteria so that we can practice this, right? And I was so scared. I only knew like maybe one or two girls, or maybe three girls I kind of knew and was familiar with. But everybody else, I just did not know. So you already know I was scared. I was nervous to make friends, to meet the other girls and whatnot, and just kind of, talk to each other. But it was cool, right? So we get there, or I get there. My mom drops me off. And so that's what basically the first day was. We had to practice walking up, like on the stage and all that stuff. But where the confidence was really coming from was walking up on that stage and having that, like having that sass, like having that confidence with your head held high, you know what I'm talking about? And someone, they was really coaching us on that. Like, girl, come on now, bring the sass, like bring the confidence. Like, where is at? So after we practiced that, okay, actually all this happened in one day, now that I think about it. All this happened in one day, because I think the event was coming up in about a week or two or something like that, and we were practicing for it. Like we had to prepare for it. So then the next thing we had to work on was the group dance. And I think there was a choreographer that came. It was a woman, and she showed us this dance. Like she was teaching us this dance. Let me tell y'all, first of all, I still remember the song to this day. Actually, there was two songs that I remember. I can't, dang it. When I remember the other song, I'll let you guys know. I'll probably put it like a snippet of it in here. It was called God and Me, I believe, by Mary Mary. I love that song to this day. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm glad that that song was introduced to me at that time, because now that's just one of my favorite songs. Like when I wanna, like, I should play that today. It's Sunday too. I should play that today. Anyways, but we were practicing our choreography, or we were gonna dance to that particular song, and she was doing or teaching us the choreography. Y'all, when I tell y'all, she was intense. She was intense. Like, I don't even know how to describe her demeanor. Like, she was just very hardcore. Like, it was like you could have messed up just one little step, like one step, and she already snapped. Like, I was like, dang. she a little mean, you know. Like she was hardcore. Like she was but I, you know, in the end I realized that she was actually a really nice lady. I think she just knew that we could do better than what we was doing. We were learning the choreography, and then y'all, at the end of the practice day or whatever that we were like practicing all this stuff, my history teacher, Miss J, she had told us before we left she needed us to sign or fill out the sheet for the talent show. Y'all, when she said that we were going to have a talent show at the end of this event, I said, a talent show? Ooh, y'all, that made my heart beat so fast. Like, I was like, a talent show? Like, I have to do something? Like, at this point, like, yes, I have to do something because I already signed up for this and there's no backing out now. Like, I can't run away at this point. Like, I don't even think that we knew there was going to be a talent show or anything like that. At least I don't think I knew. I didn't know what this whole organization or whatever consisted of, but when she mentioned talent show, like, I got to think about what I'm gonna do. And I don't even know why I said I had to think about what I'm gonna do, because I already knew what I wanted to do. I already knew. I already knew. Even though my heart was beating so damn fast, I already knew what I was gonna put down. And that was, I was gonna sing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I put down that I was gonna sing. Look, let me tell y'all, younger me, like, even though I was like hella shy, I still thought, yeah, girl, mm-hmm, I sing. Yes, I do all of that. Singing is what I do. Yep, put me down, put me in, coach. Like, that's what I do. I don't know where that confidence was coming from, because really, what confidence? Like, huh? But I put down that I was gonna sing, and I was like, oh, dang, but what song am I gonna sing? Y'all, the song that I said, or that I wrote down that I was gonna sing, was Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus. Yep. I don't even know why I put that song. I really don't. Out of all the songs that I was listening to at that time, I don't know why I said I was gonna sing that one, but I put it down, so it's too late. So I can't believe it. Like, me writing that before I left to go home, I was still nervous, because now I'm thinking, oh, dang, now I gotta practice this. I gotta rehearse. You know what I mean? Like, we've been rehearsing the whole runway thing, the whole, you know, the dance routine and all that. But now I have to rehearse for this talent show, because ain't no way I'm about to just put down that I'm about to be singing and stuff like that and I don't rehearse. Like, at this point, I was overthinking it, and I was like, nah, like, as soon as possible, ASAP, I gotta rehearse. Like, I gotta practice this, because the next time that we gotta come to rehearse before this event shows up, or before this event comes up, like, I gotta be A1. Like, I gotta be on point. Like, I can't mess this up. All right. So I don't think it was the next day, because I only think we rehearsed, or we had like rehearsals or whatever, like once a week or something like that. So I want to say it was like the next week or something. So the next week comes, right? And we have to rehearse again the whole runway situation, the choreography that we had with our dance instructor or whatever. And then, y'all, because I can't remember what else we did, but that took up a lot of time. But towards the end, because it was already nighttime at this point, towards the end, we had to show like everybody what we were gonna do for the talent show. This was it, y'all. This was it. Because remember, the first time, this was not rehearsed. We didn't plan for this. They said the next rehearsal time we needed to get like our talent ready to show them what we were gonna do before the event actually came up. So we needed to actually show them and actually perform what we was gonna do before the event came up. So I was like, oh, Damn. Go. Here it go. Here we go. We all had to sit down because they're like, all right, so we're gonna get ready for the talent show portion. The first question they ask, who wanna go first? Y'all, anytime, even when I was in acting classes, anytime somebody was like, who wanna go first? Your girl was quick to be like, not me. Y'all, the way I am sitting is ridiculous. Like, if y'all could see it, you'd be like, how are you doing this throughout this whole video? So anyways, they're like, who wanna go first? Not me, and of course I was not the first to go. I was not the first to go up because I was way too shy. But eventually, because when you ask somebody who wants to go first, nobody really volunteers until the second time somebody asks. Then that's when somebody's gonna be like, okay, I'll go. But after that, nobody else volunteers themselves. So at this point, they just choose you. So I can't remember if I was like the second or third person or fourth person. I don't even know. But I had to be somewhere like in the beginning towards the middle, because since nobody else raised their hand and volunteered to go, they just picked me. And I was like, why would you do that? At some point I had to go, but I just was like, oh, goddamn. I was nervous, like walking up to the table, because I think I had to give my phone, or like whatever I had the music on, I had to give it to someone at the table for them to play it out loud. And I was so nervous because I was trying to get it all set up, you know what I mean, so that they know how to play the song. And then I walked on the stage and the microphone was right there, and I'm just, oh my gosh, I'm looking at everybody that's out there, and there's really not that much because it's only just us as a group, like, you know what I mean, like us girls and whatnot, and then like the teachers and like, everybody that was the head of the organization, which wasn't that many. I want to say it was like 3 of them, and then just us girls and like the dance instructor and all that. So it really wasn't a lot of us, but it was the fact that I'm on the stage and I'm looking at everybody else that's out there, and I'm like, if I could just melt in this floor, I would. Like, I don't think I can do this. Like,
yo, man, how'd that sound? I haven't seen weather this bad in 20 years, man. I don't think I can do this. This could be it.
This is like, my nerves was bad, you guys. Heart was beating fast. My hands was probably sweating. I probably felt like I couldn't breathe. Like, this is how nervous I was. And the music didn't even start yet. It didn't start, like, but it's just the fact that I'm up there and I know the music is coming. So here I am, I'm just kind of holding the mic, you know what I mean? And so then the music starts to play, the beat starts to play. Y'all know how Party in the USA goes. It starts to play and everyone's just kind of like, ooh, you know what I'm saying, like, because they know the song or whatever. Y'all, mind you, I didn't get an instrumental version of this song. Like, I actually had Miley in the back, Miley singing the song, you know what I'm saying? I didn't get the instrumental. So when the song started, I started, but you could barely hear me. Like, I'm over here, and they over here like, y'all hear that? Y'all hear what she's saying? No, go ahead and turn that down. Turn that down a little bit more. What? Oh, no, they didn't. No, she did not. She said turn it down some, because they trying to hear me. They ain't trying to hear Miley. They trying to hear Rajanae. And I'm like, oh no, y'all. When they turned it down, I went from mumbling to me not saying anything at this point. Like, I stopped singing. Stopped singing. I stopped. And now at this point, I'm just looking at them. I'm looking at them, they looking at me. I'm looking at them, they looking back at me. And the music's still playing, and I'm looking at them and they looking at me. I stopped singing. Y'all, they were like, Come on, like, you know, then come on, girl, like, you got it, you know, y'all, they're trying to hype me up. And I swear, it was like the more they tried to hype me up and tell me to keep going, that's what made it worse. I cried. Yeah, I started crying. Y'all, I started crying. Like, and I knew I was gonna cry. Like, I knew it. And I think I was trying to hold it back, but I couldn't. I could not. Like, my face was covered and I started crying. And you could just hear them be like, oh no, no. Like, and I'm just like, why would you do that to me? You gotta stop the music, you know? I don't know if somebody came and got me and tried to like console me a little bit. At the same time, like, okay, take a break, you know, it's all right. Like, just, you know, they're basically telling me to go like go sit down, right? Y'all, if I'm remembering this correctly, when did my mom get in? When did she come inside? When? Because I did not see her. Like, she was at the bottom of the stage, by the stage, and she was right there. And when I tell you the face she made when I was walking down the steps, wiping my tears, y'all, if looks could kill, girl, that's what, done, over with. That's it, it's over. I was embarrassed at this point because really, when did she come in here? So there was, after, you know, like, there I'm sitting down because I'm still trying to get myself together from crying, but somebody else went on stage and I can't remember what they did. And like, the night was over. I think they asked me if I wanted to go back up and like do it again, but I said no because I was already embarrassed at this point. Like, I was like, no. And so I think we had one more rehearsal to do before the event actually came up. So they were like, okay, like, maybe you can do it the next time, like, you know. My mom was just like, I don't know if she was embarrassed or what, but she definitely looked embarrassed and she looked mad. And when I tell you the things that she said to me when we got in this car, I wish I could repeat word for word what she said. Well, not really. I don't want to say word for word what she said, but but if I could like sum it up a little bit, it was more so along the lines of like, basically, you know, I've always said when I was a little younger, like when I was a little girl, I always said that singing is what I wanted to do. Singing has been something I've always wanted to do. Like, I've always wanted to do that. So I always talked about, you know, me singing and making this like a career, like me being on stage, me writing my music, this, that, and the third. Like, I was talking real big about this, just like anybody else would about any type of dreams, you know what I mean? Like, I was talking about how I really wanted to do that. So the fact that I said I wanted to do something as huge as that, but something as simple as me going on the stage and singing, and I couldn't do that because I cried in front of everybody, she was like, you can't do that, you know what I mean? Like, you can't, like, you can't be a person that says that you want to do something like this and then you cry as soon as you get on stage. Like, you can't do that in like a more serious professional situation, especially if people paid to come see you and they paid to see you sing or perform. You cannot do that because people will literally throw ish at you. Like, they will throw something at you, like, and we see that all the time where fans is throwing stuff at celebrities and they're actually performing and they still throwing stuff, so it really don't matter. But imagine people throwing stuff at me and I'm not even doing what I'm supposed to do. Like, I wasted people's time, I wasted their money, you know what I mean? And that, it makes sense, you know what I mean? It really does. So it was a lot of things that she said, but I just felt like she was disappointed. And I just felt like at that time I didn't want to be that kind of person. To this day, I still don't. Like, I don't want to be the kind of person where it's like I disappoint anybody. Like, I don't want to disappoint people or make them feel like regret supporting me or choosing me or whatever the case may be. You know, I don't want to disappoint someone and make them not proud of me, because if anything, I want people to be proud of me. I feel like as I got a little bit older at this point, I really didn't care as much, or I don't care as much as trying to make other people proud of me, as long as like my family is. Do you know what I'm saying? And I know my mom had always said that don't worry too much about making us proud, because we're always going to be proud of you, but you got to make yourself proud. You know, that's what really matters. And but still at that time, I was so worried about making her proud of me, and I felt like I let her down, you know what I mean? And I was so embarrassed. That night I literally cried myself to sleep. I really did, because I felt like I was an embarrassment, a failure, everything else that you could possibly think of. I thought that I was. So the last rehearsal came around, we did the same thing over and over. I don't even know how many rehearsals we did. I think we did it for a couple weeks, but this was the last one. And the talent portion came back again, and they was kind of looking at me like, you wanna try it again, you know? This time, your girl pulled through. She pulled through. I did it. And when the event actually came up around, I don't even know when the event was, but when the event actually came up, I pulled through then too. Okay, I pulled up and showed out, baby. Okay, I performed the best way I knew how. You know, I did. And I was like super proud of myself. I don't even remember if I even cried afterwards. Not on stage. Not on stage no more. Ever since that first time I cried on stage, I have not cried on stage since. Okay, but I'm saying, like, I don't know if I cried afterwards, but more so of happiness, knowing that I did it. You know what I mean? Like, I was proud of myself. You know, there have been other times where I performed on stage. I think it was another time I performed on stage, and I performed, like, I auditioned for, I don't even know if y'all remember this, or if y'all ever had this at y'all school. It was for Brown Bags to Stardom. I auditioned for that. And I remember I didn't cry on stage because I sung a different song at the time. At this time, I think I was singing Gucci This, I think, by OMG Girls, because I was a huge OMG girl. Hello, those are my girls. But yeah, I auditioned that song at the time. And this time I was in high school. Yeah, I auditioned for that. And there was someone in particular, because it was only supposed to be the people that were auditioning for the brown bags. If anybody wanted to watch and kind of see who was auditioning, they could, you know, because it was after school, it was in the cafeteria. At this point, this was here. The brown bags, this was here in Hawaii, not in Germany. We're here this time. I auditioned, and it was the first time that I lived here. And if anybody was auditioning, they had to sit at the very front by the stage. But if anybody wanted to kind of peek it and watch and see who was auditioning, they could come and watch, but they had to sit in the very, very back. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to distract anybody that was in the front and that was performing, you know what I mean? And they didn't want to get people mixed up with who was performing and auditioning versus the people that are not, you know what I mean? Like, you got to keep them separated. But there was a girl that she wasn't auditioning, but I guess she just wanted to see. And I don't know if I ever told her I was auditioning or what. Maybe she knew somebody else that was. And she came, but she snuck in, and she snuck in to sit in the area where the people that was auditioning, instead of sitting in the back, she sat in the very front. So when I was performing and it was my time, girl, your girl still, you know, I was doing what I was doing, you know. I was performing and stuff like that. But when she in particular was watching me, because mind you, she was in the front, she was sitting where the people that were auditioning were sitting at, and not in the very back, she was laughing at me. Yeah, she was laughing at me. And you know how hard it is to perform and like on a stage, but to see people like this close to you, you know what I mean? And they're laughing right at you, and you see, like, there's no way that you just cannot see that, you know what I mean? But of course I had to keep performing because I didn't want that to distract myself, or I didn't want to distract me from doing what I was supposed to do, you know? But like, I still noticed it and it still got to me, but I had to keep it going, you know? Afterwards though, like after I was done, after I auditioned. And I think they told you the same day who got in and who didn't. I did not. But I didn't, yeah, no, I didn't make it. I didn't get chosen. But I think like after I auditioned and all that stuff, and I found out at this time I was waiting at the bus stop because one of my parents was picking me up. Then I cried. Then I cried, of course. Not on stage, because obviously I learned from the first time, but the second time I did cry. And it was obviously one, because I was being laughed at. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, nobody else was really laughing at me. If anything, I felt like people was kind of vibing. But just the point or the fact that that person or this person in particular was laughing at me, and I felt like it kind of threw me off mentally. Like I cried because it always made me feel like, damn, Rajanae, like why'd you even get up here and do this? You know what I mean? Like I'm not the most confident person in the world, but I felt like it was about that time that I step out my shell, you know, and try, like make an effort, you know what I mean? The fact that I was making an effort and I was being laughed at by trying to make an effort, it kind of made me regret even coming up here and even doing this. Like if I would have just stayed put and be like, nah, it's cool, I ain't gonna do it, you know? But I wanted to give myself a chance, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was the first reason why I cried. The second reason I was crying because it was just like I didn't get in. I didn't get chosen, you know? It is what it is. So that's my story times basically on that experience. But if I could say something really quick or have a little moment with you guys, because I also want this to be like a Monday motivation type of thing. Y'all, it is hard to get comfortable. I'm telling you, if y'all could see how I'm sitting right now, this is not comfortable. Anyways, if I could motivate someone or anybody out there, I just want to let you know that you can do it. You can do it. Like whatever it is that you aspire to be, whatever it is that you want to do in life, you can do it. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise that you can't, you know? Even your family. You probably even have people in your family that will tell you things and tell you otherwise or make you think the opposite, that you're not good enough, you know what I mean? Your own family. But always remember that you don't need to prove that to anybody else. Like prove it to yourself, you know what I mean? I mean, it's good to kind of let other people know, yeah, you doubted me, but I'm here to show you that you shouldn't have. That's cool too, you know? But I feel like it starts within yourself, you know? It really does. Like for me always wanting to do music and to sing, which I still do to this day. And yes, I'm still a woman that is still hella shy and nervous. I have recently just started putting out covers. And you can check them out on my YouTube shorts if you want to, but I just started putting those out. It was something I always wanted to do, but I was never putting it out because I was scared and I was nervous and I was afraid that people were going to judge me. At the end of the day, just do it, you know, because God knows what you're doing. God knows what you pray to him about. If you've prayed to God about anything, God knows what you've been praying for. God knows. God sees you putting in efforts and trying. And there's a lot of people in this world that they say they want to do things and they talk about, oh, like I want to do this, I want to do that, or I feel like I could be good at this, or wait till you see me do this. But then they don't put in the effort and they don't try, you know what I mean? And they don't get as far. But God sees you putting in effort and trying, and I feel like if you just at least try and put in the effort, even if it's this much effort, or you believe in yourself this much, and like my mom used to tell me, if you can believe in yourself like the size of a mustard seed, because that's in the Bible, if you have that much faith in yourself, it could take you far. Like you could go far in life because of the fact that you believe in yourself, even if it's this much. And that's all you need. It really is. As long as you're putting in the effort and you're trying, what could go wrong? I mean, yeah, like there may be mistakes along the way and along your journey, but that doesn't mean that you completely failed. You just got to try again. Like that doesn't mean that you have to stop and give up because it didn't work the first 5 times, or you know, the other 5 times that you've tried, you know. But I feel like even then, sometimes some people in my family would probably just be like, maybe singing is not for you because you be too scared, like it's like you don't have the confidence to actually sing in front of people on the spot when they ask you to. You know what I mean? Like maybe that's just not for you, especially if like the moment somebody asks you, you are shaking in your boots, baby. Like I'm telling you, like I'd be trembling. I'd literally be shaking. I'm sorry, but I just want to let you guys know, don't even let your family tell you otherwise. I feel like I've learned from certain like celebrities and artists out here that have been in the same situation that I'm currently in, but they're thriving, they're succeeding. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you're a shy person or not. Like that, I feel like that doesn't make or break you. Does that make sense? Like just because you're a shy person and you get nervous or you get stage fright or whatever the case may be, that doesn't mean that you're not talented. That doesn't mean that you don't have what it takes to be the next big thing or the next thing that could inspire somebody else, or, inspire other people in this world to look at you and admire you and be like, hey, like I can do the same thing. If this person can do it, so can I. Just because you're shy doesn't mean that you don't have it within you. You just didn't have it within you at that moment, I felt like. And there's people like that, you know what I mean? Like there's people that are just naturally like, gifted, or they're naturally confident and they don't mind, standing in front of people. And then there's people that are not like that. Like everybody's not this extrovert kind of person, or they can just go out and be like, oh, I can do anything with no fear. Like not everybody's like that, but that doesn't mean that you don't have talent or that you don't have skill. You just didn't believe in yourself at that time, and you had to find the fire within yourself to unleash it. You know what I mean? Like there was always a spark in you. How do I say this? There was always, there's a way I want to say this. Like you always had it in you, but you just needed to ignite it. That's all it is. Like there was always light in you, but you always had it dimmed. You just need to turn it up a notch. That's all it is. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, that you can't do something just because they can't. You know what I mean? Or just, words are words. And yes, they will affect you. It will. But if it truly matters to you, or if it means that much to you and you really do enjoy it and it makes you happy, go out and do it. Don't let anyone else stop you or make you feel like you're not good enough because you're shy. For me, like I'm telling you, I have always been like that. I've always felt like I did not have the confidence in myself to do certain things, including music. And music, like I said, has always been something I wanted to do because I used it as an outlet for me. Like there are so many different like before I even was able to see a therapist, and I was going through the things that I was going through, and when I found out my diagnosis is, or whatever you want to call it, for my mental health, I didn't know. Like I was going through so many different things. I was crying so many days and nights, and did not know what any of that stuff was or what was wrong with me. And I always felt like it was always good to have a diary so I could let out feelings and thoughts that I always kept in. But I also used that with my music. And that's why to this day I currently write my own music, because it's still me letting out feelings and thoughts that I felt like I could not share with other people personally, like, in person. But I feel like that's what music is. And I still want to be able to do that one day, in hopes that I can still inspire someone and let them know that even if you were just like me, baby, you can do it. You really can. You just have to have confidence in yourself and realize I am just as important as anybody else out here that does this. You know what I mean? Like, don't let anybody take that away from you. If it makes you happy, go out there, do it, make yourself proud. Okay? Because there's always going to be people that don't believe in you in the beginning. But then, when God continues to bless you, because God has been seeing what you've been doing and he knows that you're making an effort, it'll show. Like your time to shine will come and other people will see that, and it ain't gonna be no way they not gonna see it, baby, because you shining out here at this point. Like when you wasn't shining before and you was trying to get your start and you were struggling and you were, you had to start from ground up, nobody noticed you, nobody was seeing you, and that's okay. It's okay, because they gonna see you eventually. They gonna see you, they gonna know about you, and when they know about you, then that's when they're gonna be like, oh hey, You know, would you look at that? Doing big things out here. I thought I was gonna cry telling this, and I'm proud of myself that I haven't, or that I haven't started crying. Really. I'm proud of myself for not doing it, because I really would have been like, it's just, but no, for real. I hope I said everything that I needed to say, or I hope this reached somebody, or I hope it inspires somebody in some way, shape, or form. I felt like I needed to say this because I feel like ever since this situation has happened to me, obviously I felt like I wasn't able to put out any type of covers and things like that. Like, I never thought that I would have the confidence. I honestly don't know where the confidence is coming from, to be honest. I really don't. Like, the first cover that I put out, I was so nervous. Like, I literally put it up and was like, okay, let me dip from Instagram from it, because I don't want to see what anybody could possibly say about me. But that's another thing that you have to learn too, is when you're putting yourself out there more. I mean, not everybody's gonna like you, not everybody is going to support you and say positive things, but as long as there are people that they do vibe with you and they like what you're putting out, you know, keep doing it. Haters come with the territory, so that's, I don't know what to say. It's part of the game. It's a part of the success. But it's all right. Like, as long as you have people that support you and they're hyping you up, keep doing it. You know, I'm telling you, I feel like when you make an effort and you're at least trying, nothing can go wrong with that. Nothing. I would rather, and I've always been taught this, I would rather me try and make an effort than me knowing that I didn't try and wondering in my mind, should I have? Does that make sense? It's either you're gonna do it or you're not gonna do it. But it's like, you can't keep talking about it and keep saying things that you want to do and then not do anything about it. Because, like, you know, like my fam would say, at this point, it's just cloud talking. Like, you cloud chasing at this point. Like, yeah, you've been saying it, but ain't nobody see you do nothing. You know, so at this point, we're not gonna take you serious. Like, and I feel like that was something that was always said to me. Like, people can never take me serious because I wasn't really putting in the effort and I wasn't trying. And I didn't believe in myself. But I feel like I'm starting to believe in myself. I'm slowly starting to put covers out there, and I don't know. I still write music to this day. And I would love to record my original music one day. I'm really hoping on it. I'm really praying on it. But me putting out covers is like that first step for me to get out of my comfort zone, to get out of my shell, to have the confidence to put myself out there and also showcase my songwriting skills. So I appreciate everybody or anybody that has seen any of my covers and has liked it, has commented on it, seen it. I don't know. I appreciate that. You don't even know how much that means to me. It means a lot, because I was never ever going to do it, but I felt like this had to be one of the steps I needed to take, because you never know who's watching and you never know what God has planned for you. Just taking that one step. You may not feel like it means anything or it's nothing, but you don't even know what that one step could do. It's the fact it's an effort. Like, anybody can sit there and say they can do something or they want to do something, but if you don't put anything behind it, it's not gonna matter. But the fact that I'm taking the steps and I'm trying, I feel like it could go in my favor. So I appreciate anybody that has liked it, commented on it, said anything positive about it, because it takes a lot for me to come out of my shell and just get this much of confidence or this much faith in myself to put it out there, and showing people my talent that I'm still evolving and making better. I appreciate it a lot. So I thank you. I felt like there was so much more that I wanted to say, and there were so many things that I had planned in my mind that I wanted to say to you guys to motivate you or inspire you, but it didn't come out, I guess, the way I wanted to. So I hope that this video still touched you in some type of way and it inspired you to go out there and still go do whatever it is that makes you happy. And make sure that, if anything, you just believe in yourself if nobody else does. believe in yourself, because that's what truly matters at the end of the day. You're the one who has to go out there and who has to perform and do what it is that you got to do. You know, when there's genuine people in your life and they want to support you, they'll be there for you. They're not going nowhere. But make sure that you prove it to yourself and that you're making yourself happy, and you look in the mirror and be like, this is what I truly want to do. I'm going to do it. You know, it takes a lot to get out of your comfort zone and to overcome fears. It really does. But what I've learned is that fear is only in the mind. It's not nothing real. Your brain can't determine or can't differentiate what's real and what's not. Your mind can make you think that, and can make you feel like you're not good enough, or that it's as bad as it is, or it makes it bad, but it's really not. Your mind tricks you like that. But I promise you that whatever skill, whatever talent, whatever you want to do, you can do it. You just got to put in the work, make the effort. Don't just manifest it and kind of speak into existence, but you also have to put action into it. And yeah, believe in yourself. Have the confidence, because if nobody else sees it, they're not going to believe in you. Regardless, though, even if they don't, you still do it. I hope that made sense. If anything else comes to me, I'm gonna let y'all know. So I tried my best. I hope that this touched somebody. I hope that this inspires somebody out there. Again, I appreciate you guys for watching my videos and subscribing. But if you haven't, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for other videos that I have on my channel. And follow me on my social medias, which will be down below in the description, so you can catch my next cover that I decide to put up. I have 2 more to put up, and I might film another one after this video. So thank you so much. I hope this inspired somebody, this touched somebody. I don't know. I really hope it did. And you can do it. Like my granny says, you can do anything that you put your mind to. Okay, that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Raja loves you.